think of Caroline Dubois' win tonight? What did you think of Caroline Dubois' win tonight?
I thought she did really good tonight. She looked, you can see that Terry was a bit more experienced, but she did what she had to do. Her power was very, very patient. She did her thing.
A lot of people want to see her face Alicia Baumgartner. How do you think that they would do against each other?
I told MVP the only way that they'll get that fight is if they want me to fight against Shadesha, that Caroline and Alicia have to be the co-main. So if they want that fight with me and Shadesha, they'll give us the fight with Caroline and AB too.
And for you, Lauren Price.
And then Caroline gonna whoop her ass. Yeah, next.
And for yourself, are you gonna go down to welterweight, or are we doing a catch weight? What are we doing there?
I'm going down to 160.
Okay, so it's a catch weight.
My natural weight class.
Okay.
I had to move up from 160 because all the girls were scared to fight me that were anywhere around that weight. So at the end of the day, I still gotta fight whoever will fight me. And the girls at 175, which is heavyweight, was the only girls that will say yes to fighting me.
Right. Last night, Deontay Wilder won against Derek Chisora. Just your thoughts on that?
They both crazy. I was happy to see Deontay Wilder get a win and not get hurt. And I want both of those guys to happily retire.
And did you see when Deontay and AJ kind of like had a little moment? Did you get to see that clip?
I saw it.
Does that fight still sound enticing after all these years?
Not to me, but hey, if they want to do it, then go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. You look so pretty tonight, by the way.
Claressa Shields just shook up the boxing world with a bold statement that has fans talking non-stop. She didn't hold back when speaking about Deontay Wilder, suggesting it might finally be time for him to step away from the ring. After years of explosive knockouts and unforgettable moments, Wilder's recent performances have raised serious questions, and Shields is saying what many have been thinking. What really sparked debate is her stance on a potential showdown with Anthony Joshua. While fans have dreamed of this clash for years, Shields made it clear she's not interested in seeing that fight happen now. In her view, it wouldn't deliver the excitement or competitiveness people expect at the highest level. This isn't just casual talk, it's coming from one of boxing's most respected champions. Shields' comments hit hard because they reflect a shift in how fighters and fans are viewing Wilder's future. Is this the end of an era, or does Wilder have one last comeback left in him? One thing's for sure, the conversation just got a whole lot louder. The conversation didn't just stop there, it exploded across social media, boxing forums, and locker rooms alike. When Claressa Shields spoke, people listened, but not everyone agreed. Some fans immediately pushed back, arguing that Deontay Wilder still carries that one-punch power capable of changing any fight in a split second. After all, this is the same man who built his legacy on devastating knockouts, a fighter who could be losing every round and still end the night with one swing. But others saw truth in what she said. Wilder hasn't looked the same in recent outings. The aura of invincibility, that fear factor he once carried into every ring, seems to have faded, even if only slightly. Opponents no longer look completely shaken before the first bell. Instead, they come in with strategy, patience, and the belief that he can be outboxed, outlasted, and even broken down. Behind the scenes, whispers have been growing louder. Trainers, analysts, and even former fighters have started to question whether Wilder's style, so dependent on timing and raw power, has begun to work against him as the division evolves. The heavyweight landscape is changing fast, becoming more technical, more strategic, and less forgiving for fighters who rely on a single weapon. No matter how dangerous that weapon is. And then there's the topic that refuses to go away: the long-awaited clash with Anthony Joshua. For years, it was one of the most talked about fights in boxing. Fans imagined packed arenas, global attention, and a defining moment for the heavyweight era. But now, that dream feels different, almost outdated. Timing, as they say, is everything, and many believe that moment may have already passed. Shields didn't just dismiss the fight casually, her tone suggested something deeper. She seemed to question not just the entertainment value, but the purpose of it. Would it really prove anything now? Would it live up to the hype that's been building for years? Or would it end up as a fight that came too late when both fighters are no longer at their peak? Still, Wilder's supporters remain loyal. They point to his resilience, his ability to come back from setbacks, and his undeniable heart. This is a man who has been counted out before, only to rise again and shock the world. In boxing, careers aren't always linear. A single win, one spectacular, highlight reel knockout can flip the narrative instantly. But the pressure is different now. It's no longer just about winning. It's about proving he still belongs among the elite. Every fight carries more weight, more scrutiny, and more doubt. The margin for error has become razor thin. There's also a personal side to all of this that fans often overlook. Fighters don't just battle opponents, they battle time, wear and tear, and the mental toll of years spent in the spotlight. Wilder has given so much to the sport, stepping into wars that most wouldn't dare to enter. The question now isn't just can he fight, it's should he continue. Claressa Shields' comments may have sounded harsh to some, but others see them as coming from a place of respect and realism. She understands the grind, the sacrifices, and the risks better than most. When someone like her speaks about retirement, it's not just criticism, it's a perspective shaped by experience. Meanwhile, promoters and networks are watching closely. Big fights mean big money, and the name Wilder still carries weight. There's always temptation to push forward, to make one more blockbuster event, to squeeze out one more unforgettable night. But boxing history is filled with cautionary tales. Legends who stayed just a little too long. Fans are now split into two camps. One side wants to see Wilder ride off into the sunset, preserving his legacy as one of the most dangerous punchers the sport has ever seen. The other side craves one last run, a comeback story, a redemption arc, something that reminds the world why they fell in love with his fights in the first place, and Wilder himself. He remains mostly silent amid the noise, which only adds to the intrigue. Silence in moments like this can mean many things: reflection, strategy, or perhaps uncertainty. Is he planning his next move carefully, or is he weighing the future beyond boxing? The heavyweight division isn't slowing down. New contenders are rising, champions are defending their ground, and the competition is fiercer than ever. If Wilder chooses to continue, he won't just be fighting opponents, he'll be fighting against a division that has already started to move forward without him still. Boxing has always been unpredictable. Just when you think a story is over, it takes a dramatic turn. A single fight can rewrite everything. A single moment can silence critics and reignite belief. But as the debate continues, one thing is undeniable: Claressa Shields has sparked a conversation that can't be ignored. Whether people agree with her or not, she forced the boxing world to confront a difficult question about one of its biggest stars. Is this the final chapter for Deontay Wilder, or just the calm before one last storm? The tension in the boxing world kept building as the debate refused to fade. Every interview, every headline, and every fan discussion circled back to the same question: what's next for Deontay Wilder? The silence from his camp only made things more intense, leaving room for speculation to grow louder by the day. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields stood firm on her words. She didn't walk them back or soften her stance. If anything, her confidence made the message hit even harder. In her eyes, it wasn't about disrespect, it was about timing, legacy, and knowing when to step away before the sport forces that decision on you. That kind of honesty is rare, especially in a world where hype often drowns out reality. At the same time, the name Anthony Joshua kept resurfacing. Fans couldn't let go of the dream fight, even as doubts continued to rise. Promoters hinted, analysts debated, and social media buzzed with what-if scenarios. Could this fight still deliver fireworks, or will it fall short of expectations built over years of anticipation? The uncertainty only added to the drama. Behind closed doors, decisions were being weighed carefully. Wilder wasn't just thinking about his next opponent, he was thinking about his legacy. Every fighter reaches that crossroads where passion collides with reality. The hunger to compete is still there, but so is the awareness of what's at stake. One wrong night can change everything. For some, this moment feels like the closing chapter of a powerful story. Wilder's journey from a late start in boxing to becoming one of the most feared punchers in history is already cemented. He delivered unforgettable knockouts, raw emotion, and a style that made every fight a must-watch. That kind of impact doesn't just disappear, but for others, the story feels unfinished. Boxing thrives on comebacks, on moments that defy logic. All it takes is one fight, one perfectly timed right hand, and suddenly the narrative flips again. Critics become believers, and doubts turn into hype overnight. The pressure, however, is undeniable. The division has evolved, younger fighters are hungry, and the spotlight is harsher than ever. If Wilder steps back into the ring, it won't just be about proving people wrong, it'll be about proving something to himself. As the noise grows louder, one thing becomes clear: this isn't just about a fight anymore. It's about identity, pride, and the difficult choices that come with greatness. Whether Deontay Wilder chooses to walk away or make one last stand, the entire boxing world will be watching, because moments like this don't just define careers, they define legacies. In the end, the noise, the debates, and the opinions all fade down to one final decision: his. Deontay Wilder stands at a crossroads that every great fighter eventually faces. Walk away with his legacy intact, or step back into the fire one more time and risk it all. Claressa Shields said what many were thinking, and whether people agreed or not. Her words forced a moment of truth. This isn't just about power anymore. It's about timing, health, and the story he wants to leave behind. And then there's always that lingering what if tied to Anthony Joshua fight that could still shake the world, or simply remind everyone of what once could have been. For Wilder, the choice is wider than any opponent. It's about knowing when enough is enough, for proving that there's still one last roar left in him. Because in boxing, legends aren't just remembered for how they fought, but for how they chose to say goodbye.